What's good? What's good? What's good? All right, 78 Sports TV. I was listening, working, knocking some things off on a little early today. It usually goes on around sometime between 11:10 to 11:30. But I was ready to go, man. I was ready to go. All right, and I'm carrying right on with what my man 78 Sports TV was talking about. I'm biting the style. Eddie crying, Eddie crying. Eddie crying, man. Talib Cunningham, what's up? What's going on, man? Christopher Hayden, what's going on, man? TC the Crisis, Gregory Whyte. Yes, sir. Oh, man. It is just so unfair for these dudes to be treated the way they deserve to be treated. And you pop dirty, man. These cats act like they care anything about performance-enhancing drugs. Y'all just care about winning. That's all you care about. You just care about winning. You care about being right. Man, I got my forgive that for being all messed up. Let me see. Can I fix it? Can I take that out of your viewpoint? There you go. There's a little less mess back there now. The diabolical Dillanin. Look, what's going on, Greg Whyte, Troll Hunter, man? I got to tell you, dude, I read an article this morning. I was on Twitter. And I had seen this thing. I actually joined to get this. I actually paid these bums some money to read an article. And I don't even know if I'm going to get rid. What's going on, Sal? I don't even know. Oh, hey, Ian Sator said, peace, Fanon. You a classy dude. So thanks, man. I saw your Twitter thing, man. Yeah, I like Drink More Water, man. He just he just all up inside, Terrence Crawford's colon. Drink More Water just up his colon a little bit, man. Hey, man, it happens. It happens. He's a good dude, though. But look, man, these dudes, there's this article. What is it? I got to go to this, man. I got to go to my Google. I got to go to my Gmail real quick, man, because I seriously, I was not bugging, I was laughing. These cats have no clue where to go. Oh, here. The Athletic. It's The Athletic. You know how they got these this new thing that these guys are, selling these news articles. You got to join this, you got to buy a subscription to The Athletic to get this story that this dude wrote, man. And I swear to God, it's an LDBC hate piece, but they refer to y'all as Black Twitter boxing fans. And they just can't understand how all these people, they just can't understand how there's all these coordinated black boxing fans that support the PBC. That's what they called it. I got to get to this, man. I got to get to this for real, man. Oh, my goodness, man. I'm going to go to it, man. What's good, Mr. Mister? Where is this boxing? I'm getting rid of this next month because I don't never read this stuff all the way through, except for this. There's an article that came out. PBC versus everybody. PBC versus everybody. First of all, dog, it's the LDBC versus everybody. But I like how you tried to take a dump on the people. Trying to take a dump. It's called Black on Black Support. Thank you, dog. They're trying to take a dump on the LDBC, but referring to it as the people that are on Twitter, as if Twitter is the hub of boxing. The hub of boxing is over here on YouTube, dog. Everybody goes to Twitter. But look what these dudes, this cat, Rafe Bartholomew, cannot figure out what it is that has all these highly coordinated PBC fans defending the PBC. Like, what is this? They know everything that goes on in boxing. They're going to everybody's Twitter page. They're responding to everything you put on Twitter. This is zealotry for the PBC. No, dog. No, dog. First of all, let me explain this to you because you probably listening. The reason that people that know all the stuff that's going on in boxing is because we're boxing fans. Try that one. How about the fact we're boxing fans? So since we're boxing fans, we know what's going on in boxing. What's going on, Justin Martin? My man, Christopher Jonay. Shout out there, man. Marvin Ness, salute to the chat, man. Yeah, salute to everybody out here. Man, I was dying, man. These dudes are really, when people would tell me that we were really getting on people, done, because I don't go to Twitter. I'm over on YouTube. I go to Twitter to see what my man Fahim Satur is talking about. I might post something, respond on something to Twitter every once in a while. But to me, Twitter is like, Matchroom is finished? Yeah. Could be. But anyway, man, LDBC breaking all the tropes, false narratives in boxing, killing them. If you tell a story, you're going to get busted out 100 ways from Sunday, man. There's going to be more people that watch this video than read that article that I was talking about. I said, thanks for the video dedication for now. Oh, man, my pleasure, Ivy Webb. Thank you for everything you do for all the LDBC channels, for all the channels out there. That's much appreciated, man. Thanks. Okay, yeah, I got that. Smash that like. Yeah, smash the like on the way in, man. 78 Sports TV was going. Hey, 78, man, you started something, dog. There's an article that says PBC versus everybody. How Al Heyman's brand has inspired a social form of zealotry. Let me read this article. Let's title to this article again, man. PBC versus everybody. Has anybody ever heard where they say LDBC versus everybody? I could have sworn I hear that pretty regularly. So look, Mr. Bartholomew, who clearly listens to people's videos, dog, and every time you try to put out some bullshit, like what you did over here about trace amounts. What did this guy say? Mike Cobbinger referred to it as ultra trace amounts. Ultra trace amounts of performance-enhancing drugs in Dillian Whyte's system. Really? If you on probation and they tell you to pee in a cup and you get ultra trace amounts of marijuana in your system, what do you think they're going to do? Well, we need to wait for another sample to come through before we revoke your probation. No, they're going to say, you got weed, you tested positive for weed. That's it. Was it positive or was it negative? See, this is how these dudes do. They can't say that it's positive. No, they can't say it came up negative, right? They come up and say, oh, it's just kind of positive. You know what I mean? It wasn't like mega, like what's it was just ultra minimally positive. You know what I mean? He just kind of killed the dude. I mean, he didn't just kill the dude. I mean, he didn't mega kill the dude because, come on, man, the guy had a heart problem anyway. The bullet, eventually his heart would have stopped anyway. The bullet that he put through it only made a little bit of difference. Man, get out of here with your whack stuff, man. Exactly. Ultra trace amounts equals a little pregnant. Man, get out of here. I only kind of stole your money. Like, you would have spent it anyway. Oh, so they are going to attack the Philippines. Are they going to? No, they're not going to attack the Filipino fans. No, they're not. They're going to try to sell their articles to them because they are them. So this is what I'm telling you. This dude is one of them. Like, they're one of them. He's one of these guys that he probably put something up and people be ripped. People just go at him because you say stupid shit like Deontay Wilder is not very popular because you media dudes get paid to say some nonsense that your bosses and the bosses are the guys that give you tickets to the fight. And also you're on code. You're on code. Also, you're on code. You know where your bread is buttered, boy. You know where your bread is buttered. Your bread is buttered over there with them. So even though you know they raggedy as shit, you're going to stay over there with them and you're going to act like you confused about why people. It's all about Al Heyman. It's Al Heyman versus everybody. They go through this thing and literally accuse Al Heyman of doing something that Eddie Hearn actually does. hire troll bots and hire YouTube pages to cover the fight and say good things about the fight. Pay for the plane trips of promoters, of media people, and the tickets and the hotels of media people to cover their fight. Stuff they actually do. You accuse Al Heyman. Al Heyman won't even give me a damn press pass. Okay? Get the hell out of here. He don't need to, because it's not Al Heyman, it's not the PBC that people have the problem with, dude. They have the problem with you. They have the problem with the way that you guys have been running when you guys had this little closed network where the only people that could say anything about boxing were you, but you didn't say it, you wrote it down, and you had a website, and people came to the website to look at what you read. You remember the good old days? Well, the good old days is gone, man. The good old days is gone, and you're hot about it. And everybody that you saying is this, what do you call it? Orchestrated zealotry, I think is what you refer to. This orchestrated zealotry is not, you orchestrated it, because you guys have been putting out so many articles with so much crap in it for so long, and people just had to sit there and read it and listen to it and think in the back of their head, these guys are talking bullshit. That's not true. That's not true. But there was nobody to say anything about what you said. So now it's organized zealotry when you guys were organized pandering. Ultra trace amounts. I go to the queer bar every night. I don't talk to nobody. Loving that super chat, man. So yeah, all right. I had to get that off the chain. I had to get that off my chest, because I paid these dudes money for this nonsense, and I got to get out of here. We're not just talking boxing anymore. We're talking about, the PBC and Al Heyman. Maybe you should try to stop. Maybe you shouldn't have tried to put the dude out of business, been so blatant about it, acting if they're the ones making terrible fights, when I know I just watched the Top Rank card. I just watched it. Hold on. You're saying that the PBC doesn't put on good fights, top quality competition all the time. Okay, yeah, that's true. This Golden Boy? What is this? You can point out the fact that the PBC sometimes has cards where the fights aren't competitive, but you skip over the fact that that's every Top Rank card. You got to dang near hold a gun to Bob Arum's head to make a competitive fight. When is the last competitive fight you saw on ESPN? When was the last competitive one you saw? Come on, man. The only reason that there's a competitive one on the zone is because Eddie Hearn is a freaking terrible matchmaker. Anyway, so yeah, man, ultra trace amounts, man. That's what Mike Coppinger said while he was making apologies for this dude. Dillian Whyte does not deserve to doesn't deserve to be the WBC mandatory, because they put the WBC's name in the middle of a bunch of nonsense. Period. And the WBC does not owe an explanation to Dillian Whyte for why they say no. Sorry, man. You talked all that crap, telling all those stories about how you've been waiting 600 days when you waited 63. This dude waited 63 days to become the mandatory. 63. He was crying about it forever, but he's been waited 63 days. It's how long it took the WBC to name him the mandatory challenger in that fight after the Dominic Brazil fight. Oh, man, my man D-Style Boxing in the building. He said, it's Roy Jones Jr. Appreciation Note. Vote on the poll for the next Appreciation Week. Yes, sir. Make sure y'all go and do that. Much love to my D-Style Boxing. D-Style Boxing, look, showing his face on his channel now. Look like he about 12 years old, dog. How you been on YouTube this long, man? Your mama was letting you make videos when you was 15? Dog, this dude been on, man, D-Style Boxing started doing video commentary at got to be about 12, 13 years old. Because this dude don't look nothing more than about 22. Either that or I'm just old and age is melding. What's good? Drug cheat can't represent the WBC. Exactly. 600 days and no B sample. But it wasn't 600 days, dog. It was 63. That's how long he waited. Because somebody else was already the mandatory challenger. That's it. He didn't want to be the second mandatory. So what were they supposed to do? Get rid of Dominic Breazeale as the mandatory and make him the mandatory? And now, not only did Eddie Hearn and them want, the WBC to change the mandatory for them, now they want them to overlook a positive dope test for them. You go, hold on. What do you mean? Hold on. Wait for all the news to come out. What news? The news I'm about to make up. Don't worry, the news will come out in a minute. I'm gonna go give the report. I'm gonna go give an interview to a reporter, and he'll make some new shit up. Oh, Dominic Johnson, that H Money dude is on crack, dog. He is funny. Is he for real? I thought that dude was gonna have a heart attack, man. I was just listening to the boxing voice, and I hear somebody like going off on me. Like, what the fuck did I do? That shouldn't anybody even know I'm here. Oh, man, that was hilarious, man. Dillian Whyte never did anything the WBC ordered him to do, and all the fighters deducting the process. Exactly, man. Good riddance to bad rubbish, sir. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Oh, he said, I hope there isn't a heist and they rob the B sample. Look, man, I don't care if the B sample comes out positive or not. Doesn't matter. Don't matter. You were supposed to inform the WBC. You were supposed to inform. It was only right and ethical for you to inform Oscar Rivas. The fact that it came in, that if the B sample comes up where there wasn't an issue, as if they can't taint it to make that the case, because God dog was a week and a half ago. How long does it take to take a little of your urine, shake it in whatever type of shit they do to test it and see it? Does it take 3 weeks? I mean, what is this? What are they spitting? What are they licking on a swab and sending it to 23andMe or something? Shit, 23andMe can get a DNA test back faster than that shit through the mail. Just come on, man. And come on. Come on, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, thank God it's not for me, because I do not feel like doing that, man. What is this? Anyway, H Money was considered. Come on, man. That's nasty. Don't make me say no shit like that. Anyway, man, I ain't saying that dude's name on the channel. I just didn't understand. And what was wrong with that guy? I blocked him from my channel a long time ago. Hey, Fanon, they screwed over Oscar Rivas 4 ways. Dillian on the pads, the judges, the ref, Hearn's pocket. Dillian Whyte got to use unauthorized gloves that Rivas' team couldn't check before. Exactly. But, Eddie Hearn, but Dillian Whyte deserves the benefit of the doubt. Dillian Whyte deserves the benefit of the doubt. Give me a break. If somebody was found innocent at trial, these same cats will run them through the mud for the rest of their fucking life. Okay? Please. Let Deontay Wilder get caught. Let Deontay Wilder get charged with something. Go to court. Have the witness recant their testimony. Have the judge summarily throw the shit out of court. And these cats will still try to hold Deontay Wilder responsible. These guys won't be trying to hold Deontay Wilder responsible for saying he wanted to kill somebody in a boxing ring. And they were more aggressive with him than they are a guy that actually tested positive and then a promoter that knowingly allowed him to walk into the ring because they want Deontay Wilder to lose. And that's it. They want Deontay Wilder to lose ultra chase amounts. What? Oh, there's a new category. Ain't that how they do it too? Now they have a new category. It's not just trace amounts. That's not enough because, that doesn't sound like we need to make it sound like it's even less significant. Ultra trace amounts. Let me see something, man. What is the technical term for ultra trace minerals, ultra trace. Less than 1 microgram per gram of a given organism. Does that mean what is a trace? Ultra trace PEDs. I don't see anything for that, but they're just going to now throw ultra trace. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, doesn't exist. No, there's ultra trace. An ultra trace. It's a various, well, how can I categorize how much? If it's less than 1 picker, you flushed your system out. I mean, what? That explains why if he had other tests that didn't turn in, they didn't get him on, that just explains why it wasn't there. Because he flushed his system out. They flushed his system out. Drank whatever they did, you caught him on the tail end of it, and it was leaving his system. What are you going to try to give him credit for having gotten rid of it? Hold on, man, he got rid of it. All except the tail end. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Get out of here, man. Rivas should have canceled the fight immediately after changing the gloves right before the fight. No, because you know what happens? Then he gets sued. He gets sued. And he's trying to be the WBC champion. He's trying to get the mandatory position was on the see, we talk about Dillanin Whyte becoming the mandatory. That was the title eliminator shot that would have allowed Oscar Rivas to get a WBC to become the mandatory challenger for Deontay Wilder if he would have won that fight. Dillanin Whyte was supposed to win that fight to become, they used the mask. Royal Kadash said they used the masking agent. Oscar Rivas was fighting to be the WBC mandatory and get a shot at Deontay Wilder. And they stole it from him. Hey, hold on 1 second. That was police. It's like, what? That was the police. Somebody was trying to serve some papers. Nah, man, that was the police. I was like, what? Now I don't need no bad news. But as you see, I got back to the chat, so we're good. I agree with Fanon. They're going to doctor up the results and clear the lighting. I mean, or they won't release them. Or they just won't release them. Take 2 years to release them. In the reports that they said they could take these, put Chopper up. What's Chopper up? Subs up from Philly. What's going on? Nah, Zeus don't play. Man, Deontay Wilder's been the top welterweight since 2015. That's the truth of the matter. But hey, man, ain't nobody bring me no bad news. Don't nobody bring it. If he guilty, he cleared. He guilty if cleared right. He's guilty. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's guilty. He went into the ring under the influence of performance-enhancing drugs. And one test is enough for me to know you didn't notify the WBC and you didn't allow them to make up their mind whether they were going to do it or not. You know what I mean? If a policeman says stop and you stop, there's nothing in your car. Is there something in your car? They show a warrant. You're like, no, there's nothing in there. And you fight with police. They're going to arrest you for resisting arrest. They can go in the car, not find anything. They still going to charge you with resisting arrest. The fact that they didn't inform the WBC is enough it's straight on his face for them to take that mandatory position away and retroactively take Change that fight from having been a mandatory, been in a title eliminator, and just get rid of it. It's the same blood. Does Whyte have two different types of blood in his body? I'm not sure. I mean, they can, Doug. Who knows? That one of them, the traces weren't in the new one. Fanon, I don't think the Ruiz Joshua fight is happening this year or even before, because Ruiz fights Wilder for Antonio Bar, because Ruiz fights Wilder for unification for all the belts. The WBO would strip him if he tried to fight Wilder. That would be the ultimate right there. But breathing is an act of resistance, as if they say it is. Two different samples take the same day or same week. I don't know. I don't know any of the details around that. Nil of the details. Doesn't really matter to me. He said, incredible. This shit is ridiculous. Put them on blast for 9. Give them all the smoke. Well, look, man, they looking pretty horrible. But, they have themselves to comfort themselves. Right? They've got people that are out there saying, I was listening to, what did somebody say? It's, you just need to give them the credit, the benefit of the doubt. No, I'm not giving them the benefit of anything. He had that dude in that ring fighting him when he under the influence, from everything that I know. Fanon, keep roasting them facts. Yes, sir. Gregor Whyte, correction, Fanon. If you're black, the police may arbitrarily execute. It happens. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that's untrue. I'm still laughing at these dudes. Made my day listening to these dudes, man. Complain about black Twitter, this organized movement of black Twitter accounts. And they interviewed the PBC. They were honestly confused. I believe they were honestly confused. They went to Tim Smith, this guy, and asked him, do you guys have marketing? Do you have marketing firms that are doing, the same stuff that I accuse Eddie Hearn of doing? This guy went and asked the PBC if they did. No, man, people can see that you're full of shit, okay? And we're a boxing fan. We're boxing fans. That's what we are. But it's PBC against everybody. No, it's not PBC against everybody. Y'all are just losing, and you want to make it look like somebody's cheating. That's what it is. Al Heyman has all this support. He never says anything. How is he cheating? The PBC must be cheating to have all these people agreeing with them no matter what we write about them. And every time I write something about them, they seem to know everything about the subject, and they keep blasting at us. How is Al Heyman cheating to change this public narrative from the one we're selling to the one that they seem to believe is more appropriate? We listen to you. We listen to you. We look at the facts and we see they don't jive. Said Miami Snoopy, I saw you read the article from The Athletic. They all shook by the PBC support. Shook. Why is this? Dog, yeah, I was like, really? You don't get it? You don't get it, huh? Woolbag said, I saw the preview for that article. Oh, it's funny. They even got Kathy Duva in there. They call us zealots. That's what a boxing fan is, you moron. Fanatic, zealot, fan, zeal. They're synonyms, dummy. We're fans, you're right, fans. But he changed it to zealots. It's called being a fan, dude. That's a synonym. They mean the same damn thing. Two words mean the same thing. A fanatic, a zealot. You represent your issue with zeal. With zeal. I'm a fan with a lot of zeal. Yeah, absolutely, man. We're boxing fans, dude. We're boxing fans. Yes, you're right. Boxing fans who know what you guys do, man. Come on. Come on, man. How in the world do you keep putting Chocolatito at the #1 pound-for-pound position and ain't nobody in the United States ever seen that dude fight before? You trying to tell me you motherfuckers really going down there to Argentina and watching them fights? Really? You really believe that these 102 and 106-pound dudes are the best fighters in the world? Really? You believe that? Get out of here. You don't have somebody sending you a tape telling you, hey, put in a good word here. Put in a good word here. Put in a good word there. Hey, oh, you want press credentials? Oh, I haven't seen anything good written about Bob Arum. I don't see. Let me ask you, when next time you say that the PBC is up to something sneaky, put a video or article together where Tim Smith turns down your press credential because you don't say something positive about Al Heyman. Last time I checked, just this week, I saw Leonard Ellerby send a tweet to Dan Rayfield and say, Dan, you're right down the block from our house. Why aren't you covering the fight between Gervonta Davis and Felix Nunes? Why are you going to Dallas to cover Jose Ramirez and Maurice Hooker? And Dan Rayfield says, because that's a more significant fight. Okay, it's a unification fight. This is not a fight. But isn't that somebody who talking to somebody in Dan Rayfield who cannot remotely be considered to do a bunch of pro PBC articles? Man, him, Steve Kim, Dougie Fisher, even though, I kind of want to let loose on Dougie Fisher a little bit. You guys put hit pieces out on the PBC for years. How many times did what's that boy's name? What's that guy's name? Should call him a boy. What's that guy's name over there? Kevin Iole. How many times have Kevin Iole written an article about the PBC about to shut down? Just last month, they were selling the contract. They were selling the company. The month before that, they had police raiding their offices. The month before that, all their investors were pulling out and they were going to be shutting down. The month before that, Al Heyman slapped his mama and was in jail for domestic abuse. Man, come on, man. You guys put hit piece out after hit piece out after hit piece out on the PBC. You got people who like the fighters, who are fans of the fighters, and you don't think that people are going to get behind them? You don't think that the people? How many pay-per-views did Floyd Mayweather sell with the PBC? Let me get this. Let me understand this, dude. If the PBC can sell 4.5 million pay-per-views for Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, you don't think there's a few people in there that might be fans and appreciate the PBC? You don't think that maybe some of those people were fans of Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Who are the other biggest pay-per-view stars in boxing? The biggest stars. Mike Tyson. You don't think some of Mike Tyson's fans might also like maybe some other black boxers from New York? Maybe some of Evander Holyfield's fans from Atlanta might actually support the fighter from Atlanta. Do you think maybe some of the people that support Errol Spence might support him in the state of Texas? And then maybe when you're talking about the umbrella that pays all these people, that you're insulting the fighters? When you talk about the PBC is a bunch of fighters. You're constantly insulting and demeaning the fighters, and you're surprised that the fans of the fighters would say something to you about it if you put your ass on Twitter and they have access to a public version of your email. The only difference is, dude, when people used to send emails to you because they couldn't talk to you directly when you were sitting all nice and safe, and nobody could see the email, all you had to do was delete the email. Now, because there's functionally no difference between your Twitter and an email, except for everybody gets to see the Twitter post. You were getting these same notices before, the same emails before. I know because I sent them. Steve, why are you talking so badly about Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Hold on. Why would you take Floyd Mayweather Jr. off of a pound for pound list? Why was Manny Pacquiao over Floyd Mayweather on your pound for pound list? What? Wait, how is this Chocolatito dude you're publicizing? Why are you get out of here, man? Bob Arum used propaganda and media to sway people to hate their opposition. They've done it through our history. Yeah, and these guys are doing it. And this guy in this Athletic, that article, that's who he's writing to. Because those are the people that are going to pay $10 a month, or what is it, $4 a month to hear what he has to say. But when I saw it, because I wasn't going to sign up for the Athletic, no way. But then when I read it out, when I saw the little excerpt, I was like, oh, okay, let me read this. Because I know what you're talking about. PBC versus everybody. So now the PBC's against the world, right? Because most people just read the headline. So now the PBC is against everybody. Why? Because they beating everybody? Why? Because they're putting on better fights and doing better numbers in Top Rank and Golden Boy and DAZN. Because they've got to deal with Fox where they're doing a million people watching shows a couple times a month. And they've got another premium network in Showtime that's very happy and investing money in their fighters. Because they've got 2 different networks and 3 channels. And every one of them is doing better than DAZN. And the numbers for ESPN, the fights on ESPN have dropped. Let's not forget that either. The numbers for boxing for ESPN have dropped. They're throwing those fighters over on an app. Yeah, Max Kellerman ranked Floyd Mayweather above Manny Pacquiao over Mayweather after Manny Pacquiao beat him. After Mayweather beat him. After he beat him, they still put him above him. What planet do you live on where you beat somebody easy, by the way, but you're still better than them? Huh? Whatever, man. He said beating everybody's ass, and they still got that. They still got that Mayweather got a free jail free card. Yeah, because he puts on a fight and he'll outperform all those dudes right now. Even when they're talking about Manny, and Manny Pacquiao signing with the PBC just got him hot. Because I've been so happy to rebuff these trolls when they come and say things like, Manny Pacquiao running through all those PBC fighters. Is Manny Pacquiao running through himself? Because Manny Pacquiao left Top Rank. Manny Pacquiao's with the PBC. Manny Pacquiao's an Al Heyman fighter. How you like that? Hey, how you like them peanuts? How you like them peanuts y'all eating at them baseball games? Manny Pacquiao is an Al Heyman fighter. Do you like the ring of that? Let me say that again. Manny Pacquiao is an Al Heyman fighter. I ain't never even seen Al Heyman. I don't even know what he looks. I know what he looks like as I saw a picture, but that could be a fake for all I know. But nah, and you should see Fox new PBC commercial. It's awesome, bro. They're showcasing $1 billion worth of fighters I've watched 5 times. Dog, and Fox allied with the conservative network. Ooh, how y'all liberals like that? How you like that, dog? How you like that? He said, rub it in their face. Oh, yeah. Manny Pacquiao's an Al Heyman fighter. The greatest fighter of all times is an Al Heyman fighter. Really? Hey, Al Heyman's got come on, man. First of all. Oh, said Ivan Garcia said, for now, you best, by the way, yesterday's debate with Drink More Water was intense. That wasn't a debate, dog. Where is Drink More Water? Drink More Water ain't show up today? I need to put Terrence Crawford in the title. That wasn't a debate, dog. That was a lesson. That's just a lesson. I had no interest in having a debate. Just stop, okay? Peace to the Don for 9 and a salute to the chat. Yes, sir. Salute to the chat. I'm about to go hit Fahim. See if I got Fahim with that. Fahim with that. He said, yeah, drink more water is licking. Hey, dog. I think they're forgetting who owns Fox 2. Exactly. But no, what they're doing is, man, they trying to figure out why it is they're getting attacked by y'all. With facts, and with solid arguments. And dude, you're reading their articles. You're listening to YouTube interviews with it right there. Dog, we're getting the information from the same place they're getting their information from. Corey Williams, much love for 9. You always bring the good contact. Thanks, man. Oh, damn. But he said, you missed me. Purnell like defensive skills. Oh, Fox, Fallon, love your is in L next to N, dog. What's your thoughts on we still waiting for Billions B sample? I don't care what happens with the B sample. They let him fight under a cloud of they let him fight when the only thing we knew was that he had performance enhancing drugs in his system. That's enough. Because, and let me tell you why it's enough. Because if they let him off the hook, they've set a precedence. If they let him off the hook, they've set a precedent. Excuse me, not a precedence. They've set a precedent. And this is to y'all, WBC. If you let them off the hook regardless, that is you telling them that they can do that again. That opens the door to every time somebody has a performance-enhancing drug in their system, they just need to wait close enough to the fight to let them fight, and then inform you after it's over. That right there is a reason to suspend that fight. Not the B sample, who cares? You did it. You know, if you would have told me about that deal, you should have told me that was up to me. But if the WBC allows them to do that, then if I'm Eddie Hearn or I'm another promoter, that's what I'm going to do next time. Oh, really? That's how you beat the system? Okay, cool. Don't test them until it's too late to stop the fight. And then we're going to let the fight go. And then we'll find out whether the B sample's dirty or not. Now watch this. If you let them off the hook and say it comes out negative, and then the WBC lets them off the hook, they can still argue that they should be allowed to continue a fight if somebody tests for performance-enhancing drugs, just as long as they don't notify the sanctioning body. That precedent is terrible. You can't let them get away with it. You got to punish them for not informing you. And it doesn't matter what the B sample is. You punish Eddie Hearn for not telling you. Period. No, Eddie, we can't set this precedent. We can't do it. Because if we don't punish you, then you're going to do it again. Your other promoters are going to do it again. The world is watching. We got to suspend you. We got to suspend your boy. And I don't care about the B sample. You should have told us. Well, the BBBOC cleared them, WBC. I don't care what they did, motherfucker. You go talk to them. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. BBOC can clear you. I wasn't going to clear you to fight for my title. I'm going to decide whether or not I clear you to fight for an interim title. Separate the issues. That's what I think about it. Separate the issues. Deal with them individually. You did not know. One issue is you did not notify the WBC. Only thing you knew at the time was that there was a positive test for performance-enhancing drugs. That's what you knew at the time, Eddie. And you decided to go on with the fight. And he would say, well, the BBBOC let me. I don't, and I'm the WBC. I don't care what the BBBOC did. That's in there. If the BBBOC doesn't want to punish you and want to let the fight go on, fine. I, on the other hand, am going to strip your boy of my designation. It's not the BBOC. He's not the mandatory title holder. He wasn't the mandatory challenger for the BBBOC belt. He's the mandatory challenger for the WBC belt. And since you didn't inform me of that, I'm taking it away. And I'm ordering you to pay me X amount of dollars, or I'm not going to sanction any fights of yours. Because you are in violation of the rules as well, Mr. Promoter. But then again, I would have to know what the relationship is between the official relationship between Eddie Hearn and the WBC, and how the WBC can sanction a promoter. But if all was fair in love and war, people, they would find a way to sanction Eddie Hearn too. But the fighter's got to be slapped. No. And I'm sorry if I can't punish you, I got to punish the fighter. I'm going to fine you $500,000. Revocation of the mandatory title, of the mandatory status. I'm going to revoke your ranking, and you cannot be ranked in my organization for another 2 years. And that's what you get for not notifying me. Both clean, never been tested. What? What? Y'all in some serious nonsensical articles over here, man. Arguments. Anyway, that's my take on it, man. You asked me what I think. That's what I think they should do. I think the WBC shouldn't care about what happened with BBOC. If the BBOC cleared you for that fight, great. Then the BBBOC doesn't punish you. You informed the BBBOC. The BBBOC said, okay, you can fight. That's between you, Eddie, and the BBBOC. I'm talking about what's between me and you, okay? That's like you having a kid. That's like you having a kid, and you out there, and your son gets in trouble because he went by somebody's car and pissed on their was bored and pissed on somebody's car, and they say, "Hey, hold on." I'm like, man, I just found out that what the fuck are you doing peeing on people's car, nigga? Don't you know where the bathroom is? I told you not to pee outside. Well, his mama said it was okay. The mama said it was okay, just go outside. So I picked the car. I told you not to do it. So good, you're not in trouble with your friend's mama. You in trouble with me. Because you didn't inform me. You did something I told you not to do. That's why I say separate the issues. Eddie Hearn trying to point to what the BBBOC did when he had a duty to deal with the WBC. If the BBBOC doesn't want to punish Dillian Whyte and allow him to fight, that's not in the control of the WBC. Because obviously they're not going to do it. I doubt if they do it. See all that stuff, how long it took him to do that stuff with Tyson Fury. But hey, man, strip that mandatory, sanction him for some dough if he wants to fight for the WBC. If not, get out of here, because we're not allowing you to do that, Eddie. Next time, Eddie, you got a fighter pop dirty. Heads up, call me. I swear, if Ruiz fights in the UK, man, Eddie Hearn missed. IBF would have had Whyte banned for life. I don't believe it. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that they would. They seem to be kind of hardcore with their stuff. They seem to be real hardcore with their stuff. Let me see. AJ versus Ruiz and Eddie Hearn flip-flop back and forth between that. Like, we can count out the W, we can count out the U.S., but don't count out the U.S. Don't count that anywhere. It could be anywhere. You know, their team does not want to come to the United States. Come to the UK, and, you know, they're using that. They're using the Dillian Whyte drama as an excuse. Yeah, let me see. That sounds like a hell of an excuse to me. No, I'm not going to go fight you over there. One of your fighters tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs, and you got away with putting them in the ring with gloves that had not been reviewed, had not been with a whole new pair of gloves. Dillian Whyte didn't. Oh my God, that's the other part of this article, dog. Hey, what's going on, A-Weapons? Fanon, it's been 2 damn weeks and no B sample. I think they're waiting on steroids in the sample to die out, so it's an inconclusive test. If it's an inconclusive test, it's positive. Well, we don't know. Well, we'll let them off because we can't tell. They got them damn results. They just not releasing them. Waiting for the smoke to clear so they can come out of hiding. For now, where's Teddy Atlas and all this? Didn't he just have a whole conniption last week over the whole 600-day thing? The 63-day thing? Yeah. Yeah, he had a conniption over the 63 days that Dillian Whyte had to wait to be mandatory. 63 days is how long he had to wait. He waited 63 days. And you guys say 600. How does 63 turn into 600? Boy, I'm telling you, boy, he waited 63 days. If that is not a spoiled ass brat, I ain't never heard of one, dog. Dilly, I thought that AJ was pampered, dog. I thought AJ was pampered. Dillian Whyte, though? Dillian Whyte waits 63 days to be able to fight for a mandatory shot. 63 days. 63 days. They turned it into 600. Oh yeah, the commentary is terrible, but that's just Matchroom because it all goes from Eddie. They tried to be big. They tried to go big. They were nice. It was like, you know what it was like? It was like the UK boxing to me, the way that I feel about it now is like it was like the UK boxing was like a really good bar that you could go to around the corner, you know, from your house. It was really nice. You know, where the drinks were strong, you know, real strong drinks, good music, nice looking, you know, few nice chicks would come through, real nice place. And then they got new ownership and they tried to change it to some gigantic, you know, tried to make it some mega upscale super party place. They watered down the drinks. They overcharged you to walk in. They got all these obnoxious ass sparkling lights going all over the fucking place. They got all kind of advertised. They got a whole new crowd of college kids come in getting on your fucking nerves. That's what it seems like to me. 63 plus 0 equals 630 days. Dude, he literally, though, waited 63 days. Between Deontay Wilder beating Dominic Breazeale to the date of the fight with Oscar Rivas was 63 days. That's how long he waited. He was number 1 for 600 days, but all of that time, they already had a mandatory, dude. But nah, Big Baby's trainer just threw Miller under the bus about him saying he was going to cheat, so it is his fault, and he's and not saying anything. So is it his fault? No. It's not his fault for not saying anything. He can't say something. He can't say something. No, man. No, he can't say something. That is his corner, man. He has worked. He is employed by that guy. He is under no obligation whatsoever to tell people that this guy was on performance-enhancing drugs. He doesn't have a duty to do it. Just like the trainer, just like what? These things here, boy. These dudes do not listen, dude. For now, Big Baby Miller's trainer just threw. Yeah, that's on them. No, that's 100% on Big Baby Miller. Hold on one second. Sorry, that was work. Ask somebody a question 15 times and they want to ask you, what's the status? My status is this. Answer the fucking question I asked you. Anyway, Charlo Zedolf would beat AJ without juice. Nah, he getting mopped. All them PDs and your ass still losing matches. I'm convinced if it wasn't for the crooked judges and the UK Leica would have 3 losses right now. Let me tell you what I think is. He said he was waiting 600 days to mandatory for 6 days. I'm not sure. I don't get that, John Gotti. Shannon Briggs would give AJ. Look, man, I just don't think the guys without those performance enhancing drugs. Because I think Dillanin Whyte, if it happened to this one, has happened before. Those guys just aren't that big. They're just not that big, and they're cheating. That's simple. They're just not that big. They're just not that big. If you take them off of all that stuff, all of the weight lifting, because look what they're doing. They're lifting weights. They're taking performance-enhancing drugs. They're trying to be bigger than they are. They're trying to bulk up and add. They're just cheating. That's just it. And that's answer the question. I mean, that's what my statement has been for years, where these guys keep saying that the heavyweight division, oh, what would Ali do against these guys? You know, he was only 220. He was 6'3", 220. Look at these guys. These guys are 6'4", 260. They're on drugs. You're going to put him on drugs? Okay, put him on drugs and see what happens. Okay? That's what it is. If you put somebody like Joe Frazier on all them performances, all the D-ball and crap like that, he'd be 640, 265. They're just cheating. That's it. They want to get an advantage over each other. They feel like one guy's cheating, so they're going to cheat. And it's obvious. How do you go through the exercises of a boxer and wind up looking like a bodybuilder? Okay? Yeah, El Fighter, Ali at 245, but he could have easily been that. He was 6'3". He's 6'3". You put him on performance-enhancing drugs, he gets up to 235, 240 pounds. Now he's walking around looking like this. And people acted for so long, come on, man, you know damn well what it is. You know damn well what it is. The guys are on drugs, they're cheating. Okay? The reason why they're that big is because they're on steroids or some type of something. And because its evolution does not work inside the span of a lifetime. Okay? The human being, what is it? Because of physiological, the physiology of the human being has not changed that much since the time that I was born to now. You acting like these boxers are living in a time warp or something. These guys are doping. And it's obvious. But see, these guys just don't care. Usyk, oh, you think Usyk is cheating? Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. 6'3". He's going to wind up weighing. Watch what he weighs in his next fight. Is going to be somewhere around 220. He's going to go from 600. He's going to go from weighing in at 201 to weighing in at 220. He's going to throw 1,000 punches around. He's going to take a little bit of breath, and he's going to start throwing punches again. Come on, man. These dudes big time on that, man. They're big time on that. And they're getting away with it. And Dillian Whyte got caught because he was cycling off. That's why it's there. Come on, man. If you going into your son's room and you clean out their drawer and you see trace amounts of cocaine in his drawer, you're not gonna be like, whoa, there's only trace amounts of cocaine. I wonder where that came from. Oh, what do you think? The movers left it in there 3 years ago when they put it in the room? That's your son's. That's your son's. You don't only need a trace to know that it's there. Hey, get the dude speaking German out of here, or whatever that Slavic language is, not German. Whatever that Slavic language you just put in here, dude, you're getting hit. Because there ain't no way you saying something that nobody else will know what they're saying without you have said something, without saying something foul and thinking you're cute. Get out of here. All I need to know about what you just wrote in whatever Slavic language that was is you didn't want me to know what you said. So goodbye. And that's my same take on the WBC will take on Dillian Whyte, should take on Dillian Whyte. I don't care if the test was positive or not. All I know is you didn't want me to know before the fight. That's all I know. The lie is worse than the crime. The lie is worse than the crime. If I'm the WBC, I say, I don't care about the A sample. I care about the fact that you kept the A sample from me. The simple fact that you didn't want me to know and you proceeded with a fight with my name and you held the belt. You held our belt in there. We have a contract, son, about what you can do in that ring and fights you can't have. You can't do. You cannot wear our ring. You cannot wear our belt into a fight that's not sanctioned by us. And you did it, and you kept us from knowing, and all I care is the fact that you kept me from knowing. I don't care what happened after that. You tried to cover that. You tried to get over on me, and I don't care. Could you imagine if we were sneaky and didn't tell Hearn or AJ when Miller failed? Of course, man. There's no way. He would have been throwing. I don't know. Was a 19-year-old Mike Tyson juicing? No, I don't know. I don't think so. He wasn't that big. He could have been, but he didn't look that big. He looked like he was, what is he, 210? 5'11", 210? He wasn't 265. Later versions of Mike Tyson, hey, I think he might have dibble-dabbled. But I don't know. Not Mike Tyson. I don't think the 19-year-old, because he was only 200. He was not, I'll put it this way. Nothing about his physique makes me feel that way. Because all he was he was 5'10", 210. He came in at 205, 210, something like that. He wasn't ridiculously big. I said he waited 600 days to be the mandatory for 6 days. John got it. Yes, a long wait to be mandatory for 6 days. The fastest, broke a record too. When y'all go brag about what's going on, drink more water. Oh, yeah, drink more water was good. No Terrence Crawford talk today. Whyte loves those Canelo burgers. Then they would never let AJ fight Wilder unless it's in the UK talking about y'all let Miller fight AJ Juice. We don't trust y'all. No, man, they shouldn't. Dude, fighting in the UK should be off. Fighting in the UK with Eddie Hearn should be off the table. Fighting underneath the purview of the British Boxing Board of Control for a fighter that has any leverage whatsoever should be off the table for them. We're not doing it because we know what they'll do. They will allow you to go into the ring under the influence of performance-enhancing drugs. Why would I want to work with them? You realize that, if you want to get a job at a bank, right? You want to get a job at the bank, the first thing that they're going to do when they give you a job, when you apply, is they're going to look for your criminal record, and they're going to look to see if you've ever had any issues involving fraud. And they're not going to hire you because they're going to be like, no, I'm not going to. You've got a record for embezzlement. You've spent 10 years in jail for embezzlement. No, you cannot work for my bank. Same thing if you're a fighter and you're looking at what boxing commission you're going to fight with. You want to fight under the British Boxing Board of Control? No. They pled guilty to embezzlement. They let people fight under performance enhancing drugs when they know they're dirty. They knowingly let people get into the ring under the influence of performance enhancing drugs. No, I'm not fighting with them. No, sorry. And here, Eddie, here's another thing. No, yeah, you say the venue is up to you. We're not going to the UK. Why? Because the British Boxing Board of Control is on record for letting people fight, knowingly allow people to fight or your fighters fight under the influence of performance enhancing drugs. I'm not fighting there because that's a risk of life and limb to me. Hey, let's go to arbitration. No, there's a serious risk of life and limb if I go there. Well, why would you say that? Because the guy sitting across the room, allowed Dillanin Whyte and the British Boxing Board of Control approved them getting in the ring knowingly under the influence of performance enhancing drugs. That's why. That's why I can't do it. Sorry. Can't do it. But look at how many good amateurs he beat, also including winning gold medal. That must be about Mike Tyson. Or no. Who, you talking about, AJ? I don't care. He fights under the British Boxing Board of Control. By the way, there's a lot of people. Oh, Usyk. Get out of here, man. With the Usyk stuff. Usyk looked guilty. Okay? Usyk is a guy that's walking out of the donut store with chocolate icing all over his face 2 seconds after somebody stole the icing out of the stole a chocolate donut. And he ain't got no receipt. Okay? He ate the donut, so I can't prove that chocolate icing is from the donut that was stole. All I know is that dude just walked out the store, mouth covered in chocolate icing. I don't care. I believe it's him. I'm not letting him back in the store. No, I do not believe I don't know. I wouldn't. Usyk, are you kidding me? He looks like it. He looks like it. He fights like it. But whatever. He doesn't look guilty. He ain't been tested positive. Hey, if there's a poster boy for somebody that looks like they juicing, it's Alexander Usyk, without a doubt. Okay? Alexander Usyk and Maria Sharapova. Drink more water. You say one more word about Crawford, I'm throwing you out. I'm dead serious, dude. Stop. You think you were representing him? I thought that shit was out of hand. Watch Usyk and Fury fight for the WBO next year. Who is Fury fighting next? Fury's fighting somebody over there. Who's Fury fighting? He's fighting Povetkin. Two dope dealers. Two dudes that pop dirty for dope. Fighting each other. Peter Fury popped dirty. Fury popped dirty. Why am I hating? Let me see, Joe Chaz. I'm hating on you because you said that. Kick rocks, dog. Oh, it's Huey Fury. I'm talking Huey Fury popped dirty. Both Furies popped dirty. Both of them did. They both popped dirty at the same time, didn't they? I know Huey Fury popped dirty. Am I wrong? Didn't Fury pop dirty? Didn't both of them pop dirty? I thought they both popped dirty, and their excuse was the same excuse. But I'm getting old. Maybe I'm wrong. Exactly. Yeah, both popped dirty at the same time for the same substance. Yeah, for Nandrolone in the boar meat. Because they're eating uncircumcised boars. That's a good one. It's in the blood. They were born with it, huh? Hey, man, I'm not going into any of the historical fighters and who I thought was on PEDs. I'm not doing that. Is a worthless conversation. I'm not getting into that. Who else in Matchroom popped dirty? Fury, and who else? Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Fury is not on. Oh, Fury, Big Baby Miller, Dillian Whyte. And if you, yeah, all three of them. Yes, Miller is American. And yes, he popped the hell out of Dirty. Oh, yep, Kid Galahad. Yep. Fury Miller fight, I don't think much of it. I don't think anything of it. Not at all, man. Nothing much at all about it. Saunders is not. Now Saunders is with the other Fury over there at is it Queensland? I think it's Queensland. All these UK dudes pop dirty so many times. Dog. It's a little bit ridiculous. Talking about Usyk lost to Sean Porter. Unknown. Get out of here, man. Guess what you don't get to do? You don't get to talk bad to Fahim Satur. You ain't running nothing. Billy Joe pop, yeah, man. All these UK dudes pop dirty many times. Not all of them. Not all of them. I'm just saying my opinion is that's where they make it too. Right over there in the Ukraine. Come on, man. Them Eastern blocks, man, they like are major manufacturers of performance enhancing drugs, man. They know them some performance enhancing drugs over there, man. Oh, avid boxing fan, man. Shout out. My son is going to be born today, y'all. I'm at the hospital eating right now. That's what's up, man. Congratulations. Hope everything is safe, happy, all that good stuff. Hey, don't let them stick. Hey, if you want to breastfeed, if you want your wife to breastfeed, which is the smartest thing for your baby and your pocketbook, make sure before that baby's born, you tell those nurses not stick none of that stuff. Don't stick any formula in my baby's mouth. Okay? You got to tell them that. Because if you don't tell them, then they're going to give them formula and the baby is going to have a hard time and it's going to have a hard time drinking breast milk and it's going to make life much more expensive on you. I know Klitschko for sure was dirty. I don't want to do that. I'll stay consistent because the Klitschko's are retired. He said, yeah, your baby won't take the breast. Facts. If you let that, and they do that, and I don't know if you're a black dude or not, they do that disproportionately in black hospitals that have a lot of black kids being born there. They do that. They give them, they go ahead and stick that Coca-Cola bottle in your baby's mouth. He said, facts, my daughter is breastfed. Yeah, man, it's the best thing for your daughter. It's the best thing for your pocketbook. Because you think about all the money you have to spend on that formula when all you need is a pump and for your wife to eat right. It's going to be a pain on the butt it'll be a pain in the butt for your wife. But hey man, even if you go 3 months and then wean the formula, you get the colostrum, you get the first part of it. Oh, great tip for now. We need those little tips. Yeah, man. Yeah, I say, yeah, Fahim Satur said my wife, my daughter's on one right now. The most important part is the colostrum. It's the first stuff that comes out of your wife's body. Did you see Eddie said about Fred Barbershop? Which one? That he's a clown and all that? When he was imploding? Yeah, I heard him implode. I didn't listen to the insults he was spewing. I was just watching him lose his cool and act like a high school bully. You see everybody around here laughing at you. You see everybody laughing at you. Dude, they work for you, Eddie. They laugh at you. They laughing at you because they want to keep their job. That's what. Just like the rest of these media dudes. They look at him asking them questions. And then Fred goes viral. Then Fred goes everywhere with it. The man, yeah, Fred pointed out the fact that he was deflecting. And that's what he does. He deflects, and then and one of the ways that he deflects is that he starts asking the interviewer questions and starts insulting the interviewer. Dude, you just answered a question. If there's no issues, you shouldn't be hot. You shouldn't be mad. You should just answer the question. He said that wasn't implosion, that was PMS. Yeah, it could have been. He could have been on that. Hard for him to take my little girl not to latch sometimes, as hard as they held to get them to latch on. Hard for them to take my little girl would not latch sometimes. They hard as hell to get them. Yeah, man, but you got to work on the latching. They're hungry enough. They'll figure it out. You move that mug around, figure it out. You would figure it out if there wasn't any formula. You know what I mean? If there wasn't formula, the baby would figure it out. Your wife would figure it out. Especially if if you're a first time mother. She's a first time mother, and the first time she's doing it, it's going to take a second to figure it out. But take the second and figure it out. You know? But they won't latch if they stick that nipple in their mouth to start with. Because immediately the baby connects with that bottle, the baby does not connect with the mother. You want the baby to connect with the mother. And it's not just the bottle, it's also the being up against the skin of the mother, all of that stuff, man. That she's being introduced to he or she is being introduced to the world. You don't want to be introduced to the world through a plastic nipple if you can avoid it. But if you don't tell them that, they will do that because it's easier for them. That don't get it confused. It's not just easy. The issue isn't just whether it's easier for the baby and the mother. It's easier for the nurses to do that because then the nurses can just feed them right there. They ain't got to walk them back up. They can go see other people. All kind of because you're getting born in a factory. That's a hospital, right? So you're in a wing. You're in a maternity wing, and that's all they do. That's what they do. They put bottle. They give birth. They birth babies, right? In their process, they got other babies being born. They got other places to go. So they'll say, oh, just give them the bottle because it keeps them calm. Yeah, they're fine. She's feeding. No, dude. But you got to tell them because if you tell them, then they got to do it. I do not want my child. I don't want my child's first meal to be a Coca-Cola brand version of breast milk. That's what I would say anyway. Joe de Jesus, what do you think about the IBF mandating Charles to fight Sergey Deverenchenko for another title shot after you lost to Jacobs last year for the title shot? Yeah, he giving him the mandatory shot seems a little funny on that side of it. Like, didn't he just get a shot for that? That seems like they're trying to push Deverenchenko a little bit, but at the same time, I'm impressed that the IBF would actually, put him in a situation to make it happen, to put Canelo in the situation where he had to take the fight. Much love in that super chat. I don't think it's going to be a close fight, though. Jose de Jesus said, okay, I got that. Yeah, I wonder why we stopped, because it's in hospitals now. Because there's hospitals, big hospitals. But there are still midwives. There's probably insurance issues around midwives and things like that, but you can still, they're really wealthy people still have babies in their house because they'll just have the doctor come there and deliver the baby. A doctor and a nurse come and deliver the baby. But on the real, for your baby and your pocketbook, dude, what is the cost of, let me see, a bottle of Similac? When you say that, I'm going to do the math for you real quick. So why you should, because some people don't care about the natural reasons, but watch this. What is this? Okay, so Similac formula. Okay, so you have $91 for a box of Similacs with 48 counts. So 3 times. Okay, so what is 91 divided by 48? Let me do a calculator. Where is it? Okay. Dang, where am I? Okay, there you go. Somebody can do better than this. Sometimes I just let people. 91 divided by 48. I said times. Ain't that a bit? 91 divided by 48 equals. What am I doing here, dude? Why is this doing everything but 91 divided by 48. I hit every is okay. So basically $1.98 plus tax is $2. Okay. So $2 a meal for your baby times 4. 2 times $8 a day, 8 times 365 equals $3,000. It's going to roughly cost you an extra $3,000 a year to feed your baby for the first 12 months. Because they can breastfeed for the first 18 months. When they move to solid food, they start transitioning around a year, right? So yes, it'll cost you an extra $3,000 to feed your baby, dude. Why would you want to? And it's $3,000. It's not like, and you still gotta feed the mama. And to boot, it helps your mother. It helps your mother. It helps your wife because it sucks their stomach back in place. If she doesn't breastfeed, she's gonna get a gut. She's gonna have a harder time getting rid of her gut. Oh, newborns are born every 4 hours. Sorry, so that's 6 times a day. Yeah, okay, so add that. It's going to cost a lot more than that. Roll that up to $3,300 a month, and your wife also gets a gut because when the baby's best breastfeeding, it's pulling on her stomach and it's putting everything that got moved away back into place. So if your wife wants to have a baby gut for the rest of her life, go ahead and get on that baby. Go ahead and get on that Similac. Amazon is $99 a year. What is Amazon $99 a year? Yeah, and women use a lot of calories to make their breast milk. Yeah, man, just all in all, dude, it's better for you. It's better in every way for that. But you just got people who are so ashamed. Oh my God, we see and that's the funny thing. They sexualize women's breasts so much that it's like people think that breastfeeding is dirty or something. Oh, okay. Walter Robinson said $4,032 a year for milk. Really? You want to say 2 years of that? Newborns every 2 hours. Yeah, it's gonna drive it. The whole point is for your pocketbook, dog. A woman with a baby gut and a man with a beer belly, perfect, perfect couple. Yeah, just don't. If you can avoid doing it, avoid doing it. Yeah, like I say, your wife is going to be irritated because it's work for your mother. It's definitely work for the mother of the baby, but it's better for the baby. The mother of the baby's body is better for the baby. It's better for your pocketbook. But it'll all go to shit if you let them stick that nipple in their mouth when that baby's born before you get a chance to latch. And if it doesn't work right away, you got to be a man. You know, you got to comfort your wife or comfort your girlfriend, whatever the scenario is, and say, look, it'll be okay. We'll figure it out. You know, the baby will be all right. Let's just keep working because she might get cried and get the freezer right. The cry, she might be upset because it's not working right now. It's like, I should know how to do this. Like, no, it takes you a couple times to learn how to ride a bike, right? But once you learn how to ride the bike, it's going to happen every time. You're going to be good. So anyway, but congratulations, man. Congratulations on the baby. I hope everything goes well. Be a great father to your child and all that good stuff. Oh, he said, I dated a girl who worked in the NICU, and she says the same thing. Breastfeeding is the best for newborns. Absolutely. Absolutely, it's the best. It's not baby fat, it's lack of breastfeeding fat. You're talking about on the wife, it could be both, but the body takes energy to do anything. So if the woman's breast is producing milk, that's burning calories. Also, the suction, all your body is connected. And from my understanding, it's her stomach. Yeah, it tightens the muscles, the interior muscles of her stomach that got expanded when she gave birth, right? Because when she was pregnant, it got stretched out. When she gives birth and the baby's on nipple, it gets sucked back in. It gets it right. It brings it back. That and the calories that are being burned by producing the milk, and you're not paying. So any man, dude, encourage breastfeeding. Encourage, and especially then there's the other side of it. There's the other side of it. And I'm going to get off on this one. There's another thing. It also calms the baby, and it teaches the baby, brings that baby in contact with a human being on a regular basis, right? Because every time the baby is breastfeeding, and she's on the breast, right? Because you can pump breast milk into a bottle, but the fact that the baby is being held and warmed and close to another woman helps them modulate their makes them less afraid. It calms them. A lot of the things I've heard studies, and I have a suspicion that a lot of like the anxiety issues that kids have that might cause, attention deficit disorder and all that, have a lot to do with the fact that they're not on their mother's nipple and being rubbed and kissed and hugged by all that skin to skin contact that you get through your mother. That has, I think that all of the stuff is connected. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, exactly, Justin Marsh, socialization. So, yeah, breastfeeding, but the title's Eddie Hearn. Absolutely, it is. Eddie Hearn, a big-ass baby. We're talking about, just so you know, GWT 2020, we're talking about what Eddie Hearn's mama did wrong with that boy. Handing him off to the nannies with some plastic nipples and some formula, and it affected his brain where he don't know right from wrong. And now he's taken out his mama issues by sticking fighters in with guys on a performance-enhancing drugs and not caring about it. How about that? Either that or his mama's a jackal, like 78 says. Yes, sir. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section later on. Actually, this isn't a video, so I'll holler at you guys later. Thank you guys for showing up to the channel. Check out my man KQKC Boxing. Next, I refuse to go over his time today, and that's what's up. And with that, I'm out. Peace.